Hello everyone, today I want to share with you a powerful perspective that can completely transform how you experience time, manifestation, and your nervous system. If you've ever wondered why sometimes manifestation feels confusing or frustrating, or why the future you want seems just out of reach, this video is exactly for you. We're going beyond the usual think positive or visualize advice and diving deep into what's really happening behind the scenes inside your body and mind. Because, spoiler alert, your nervous system is the true gatekeeper of your reality. So grab a comfy seat and let's explore together. Most people think about time like a straight line. A line where the past is behind you, the present is right here, and the future is somewhere ahead. We experience time this way because it helps us organize our lives, appointments, schedules, plans. It feels natural to think of the future as something you work toward and manifest by sheer willpower, intention, or visualization. Manifestation for many is seen as pushing the future to happen, like turning a volume knob higher and higher until your dreams play loud enough to be heard. But here's the thing. This understanding of time is limited. Modern physics, especially Einstein's theory of relativity and quantum physics, tells us something amazing. Time isn't really a straight line. Instead, it's more like a field or a landscape where the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Imagine a radio with countless stations playing all at once, but you only hear one at a time. Time works like that. The moments exist together, but your experience selects which moment you tune into as now. This is where manifestation becomes fascinating. It's not about creating something new out of thin air or pushing the future to happen by force. Instead, it's about which version of the future your body and nervous system allow you to experience. So the secret isn't more effort, it's more about tuning your internal state, your nervous system, to receive the timeline you want. This shift in perspective is huge. It frees you from the frustration of trying harder and opens the door to understanding how biology and consciousness work together to create your reality. Let's talk about the nervous system right now, because it's really the star of the show here. Your nervous system is your body's communication and regulation network. It controls everything from your heartbeat, breathing, and digestion to your emotions, reactions, and sense of safety. When we talk about the nervous system in relation to manifestation and time, we focus mainly on the autonomic nervous system, the part that works automatically without conscious control. It manages your body's stress response through two main branches. The sympathetic nervous system, which activates the fight, flight, or freeze responses. It's your body's alarm system when you sense danger or threat. And the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you rest, digest, feel safe, and calm. Your nervous system isn't just about physical reactions. It shapes how you experience time and reality. There are different nervous system states. At the lowest level, you have collapse or freeze, where the body shuts down in overwhelm or trauma. You might feel stuck, disconnected, or hopeless. A bit higher is fight or flight, where your body is on alert, stressed, anxious, or reactive. You might feel pressured or like you're constantly pushing against the world. Then there's the regulation and safety, where your body feels calm, grounded, and present. You can breathe deeply and be in your body. And of course, at the highest level is flow and expansion, where creativity, trust, and ease flourish. You feel connected to possibilities beyond what you thought possible. So, why does this matter for time and manifestation? Well, because your nervous system state literally determines which timelines you can access. When your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, for example, it keeps you locked into survival timelines. These are familiar but limited realities where you react out of fear and scarcity. When you learn to regulate your nervous system, you open the door to healing, creativity, and abundance timelines. You expand your range of what feels possible and safe. So the key to manifestation is not just mental effort or positive thinking. It's biological readiness. Your body has to feel safe enough to receive what you want. So let's get visual for a moment, okay? Imagine, if you will, a vertical line representing your nervous system state from bottom to top. At the very bottom, you have collapse or freeze, a place where your nervous system shuts down because it feels overwhelmed or threatened. Time here feels stuck, heavy, or even absent. It's a place many people know through trauma or burnout. Just above that is the fight or flight zone, where the nervous system is highly activated. Here, your body is on high alert and you feel anxious, scattered, or pushed to survive. Time feels like a pressure cooker, racing fast but never quite moving forward in a meaningful way. Higher on the scale is regulation and safety. This is the zone where you feel calm, present, and grounded. Time starts to feel flexible here because your body feels safe enough to rest and be open. And at the very top is coherence and flow, where your nervous system is balanced and expanded. And in this state, creativity, trust, and ease flourish. You can sample different futures because your body feels safe and spacious. This vertical scale acts as a gate to time itself. The more regulated and coherent your nervous system state is, the wider the gate opens, allowing you access to a broader range of timelines. If your nervous system is dysregulated, the gate narrows or closes, and you're stuck tuning into limited, often survival-based timelines. This is why trying to manifest with a dysregulated nervous system feels like hitting a wall. Your body simply isn't ready to receive the new reality you want because it doesn't feel safe. So understanding your nervous system as the time gate is a game changer. It moves manifestation from a mental or spiritual exercise into a biological process you can actually work with. Okay? Now, imagine a horizontal line crossing that vertical nervous system line. This horizontal line represents time coordinates, the past, present, and future. But here's the big shift. These aren't points you move through in a straight line, like a train track. Instead, they're part of a field, a landscape of moments existing all at once. The past, present, and future all coexist simultaneously. The difference is which moment you're tuned into as now. Think back to the radio analogy. Time is like a dial, and you're tuning into one station. The moments you experience are the stations you tune into, and your nervous system states moves the dial. This explains why memories can feel so vivid and why sometimes the future feels so close or even certain. It also explains how we can change the past, not by physically going back in time, but by changing how your nervous system tunes the past memories. When you're stuck in fight or flight, your nervous system keeps tuning into timelines of pain, fear, or survival because those are familiar and feel safe in a strange way. When you learn to regulate and expand your nervous system, you open access to timelines where healing, abundance, and joy are available. Manifestation happens when you shift your tuning on this horizontal time axis. You're not creating new realities from nothing. You're selecting from an infinite field of possibilities already existing, and your nervous system decides which ones you experience. So, where the vertical nervous system axis crosses the horizontal time axis is what I call the present gateway. This is a crucial point because it's not just the now on the clock, it's the point of choice, where your internal state meets the field of time and where you select your reality. Again, imagine the radio dial. The position of the dial, your nervous system state, determines which station, moment in time, you hear. The present gateway is the space where manifestation happens. It's the only real moment where you have control. The past is memory. It influences your state but is not changeable in itself. The future is potential. It exists but isn't fixed. Now is the moment where you choose what you receive by tuning your nervous system. When your nervous system is calm and open, the present gateway widens, allowing you to receive and embody new timelines. But when your nervous system is stuck in fight, flight, or freeze, the gateway narrows and your experience becomes limited and repetitive. This explains why some days manifestation seems effortless and other days it feels impossible. It's not random. It's your nervous system opening or closing the gateway. To deepen this picture, imagine several flowing lines across the horizontal time axis, okay? Each line I want you to see represents a different timeline or probability path. Realities running parallel, existing simultaneously. There's the survival timeline, filled with fear, scarcity, and repetition. This is where many people get stuck without realizing it. There's the healing timeline, where trauma resolves, patterns shift, and growth happens. And then there's the expansion timeline, where creativity, abundance, and flow are dominant. All these timelines exist at once. The difference is which one you move along. Your nervous system state decides which timeline you flow with. When your nervous system is stressed or anxious, you stay on the survival timeline, repeating the same pattern that feels safe but limiting. When you learn to regulate and expand your nervous system, you shift onto healing or expansion timelines, opening to new possibilities. This framework removes blame and frustration from manifestation. It's not about failing or not wanting it. It's about biology. You're tuning yourself into the timelines that feel safe and familiar. When you shift your state, you shift your timelines. Manifestation feels like quantum leaps because you're suddenly experiencing a different reality you didn't know was possible. But that reality was always there, waiting for your nervous system to catch up. Now, this is where we stop and we talk about beliefs. Something we all struggle with when we're trying to change our lives. Many people think that if they just change their thoughts or repeat affirmations enough, they'll create new realities. But beliefs don't create your reality. Instead, beliefs act like anchors that keep you tied to certain timelines. These anchors exist because your nervous system has learned to trust certain experiences as safe and familiar, even if they cause pain or limitation. For example, the belief, I have to work hard to survive, acts like an anchor. It keeps you stuck on survival timelines because that's what your body knows and trusts. Changing beliefs intellectually doesn't work if your nervous system still feels unsafe. Your body resists new beliefs that contradict its survival programming. Real transformation happens when you first regulate your nervous system. When your body feels safe, it can release these anchors and new beliefs can genuinely take hold. This is why many people experience temporary shifts but fall back into old patterns. The nervous system anchors remain tight. The key to manifestation is nervous system regulation first, belief shifts second, and timeline access third. Here's a fascinating piece of neuroscience. Your brain uses the same pathways for memory and imagination. When you remember the past, your nervous system relives it, activating the same emotions and sensations you had then. When you imagine the future, your nervous system rehearses it, creating familiarity with what hasn't happened yet. This creates a feedback loop where your body chooses what feels familiar, usually the known past, over the unknown future, even if the future is what you want. So manifestation isn't just about thinking positive or seeing a vision board, not at all. It's about helping your nervous system practice and feel safe with new possibilities. This is why breath work, meditation, movement, and mindfulness, all system Regulation tools, by the way, are so effective for manifesting. They train your body to accept new timelines as safe and real. By changing your nervous system state, you change what your mind can imagine and what your body will receive. So what's the core truth here? Well, you don't physically travel through time. You don't need a machine or a magic to change your life or the timeline you live on. Instead, you tune your nervous system to different timelines, different versions of reality that already exist as possibilities. When you regulate your nervous system, you open access to these new timelines and bring their possibilities into your present experience. Manifestation is biological and energetic, not just mental. It happens in your body, your nervous system, and your awareness. This perspective can change everything about how you approach your goals, healing, and personal growth. It's not about pushing harder or waiting for things to happen. It's about preparing your body to receive the reality you desire. When you do that, manifestation becomes more natural and effortless. So, what's next? Well, if you want to change your life and manifest your deepest desires, start by working with your nervous system. That's it. Create safety, presence, and flow inside your body. Practice nervous system regulation through breath work, movement, meditation, grounding exercise, whatever resonates with you. When your nervous system feels ready, new futures become accessible naturally. The timeline you want is already here, waiting for your body to tune into it. Remember, manifestation starts inside you. It's not about forcing the world to change, but by changing how you experience and interact with it. You hold the key to your present gateway. Are you ready to step into your power, open that gateway, and access that reality you deserve? If you're ready, you're already on the path. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And if this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who needs to hear this message. I'm excited to continue exploring this journey with you, and I will see you next time.